Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Joe. So let's jump right into this video. So we're cleaning her skin with the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. As always, guys, you want to be working on a very clean surface. Yes, that's what we're doing. Next thing, you want to hydrate her face. I'm using my Mario Badescu Skin Care Spray to hydrate her face. Then we're moisturizing with the Cetaphil moisturizer. Generously under the eyes, generously under the eyes, generously. You get it? Okay. Then the rest of your face, rest of her face. So then we're going to be priming her face with the Rimmel Stay Primer. If you see, I'm excluding under the eyes. Yes, you want to exclude under the eyes. Then you prime her brows, her chin, her nose. So using a foundation now, I think I'm using the L'Oreal True Match and an Even Beauty foundation. I will put the shade in the description box below. Her neck is slightly darker than her face and her chest and the other part of her body. So I basically had to work with her chest and see how I can mix everything together with her undertone and all of that. So this is me just concealing, highlighting basically with Nuban Beauty. This light shade, inner corners of the eye, T-zones, the chin, the nose. Just highlighting with the concealer. Then I'll go in with LA Girl in Toffee. Yes, Toffee. We don't want her face looking too white, so I'll just use this to seal off the concealers, the lighter shade. Then blend. As always, you have to blend. You don't want to see any harsh lines whilst you're working. So I'm basically using the end where I use for my foundation. After blending, I'll just use the place I use for my foundation to end it so that the concealer is not spreading. So you see, I'll flip. I'll flip again. Use where I use for my foundation just to end it, so you are able to control where you want your highlight to be. So we're blending. This is what it's looking like now. So over to contour, I'm using my Superstay foundation. I mix those two shades so that our contour won't be too dark. So I formed a V, as you guys can see. Then blend our forehead. Blend. This is just to add more depth to her face, define her face more. So you want to blend. Now that is done, I'm still going to contour her nose with that same shade. Create a V to the inner corners of the eyes first, then you can now bring it down and continue your contour to the bridge of the nose. You're dabbing, you're not sweeping. Please, you're dabbing slightly. So this is what it's looking like now. Then I'm setting her face with the LA Pride setting powder just under the eyes. The places basically where you highlighted, under the eyes, the nose, the chin, those places where you highlighted. You want to set little product and you're just dabbing it slightly to remove that creamy texture or creaminess. Please don't worry. You shall get her nose. You want to set. You see how it's coming? Then I went into my Avoa palette to use the powder her shade to just set her whole face. You want to make sure the face is dry because you don't want to put your hand on her face and you're coming out with foundation, or concealers. You want to set the face. So I'm just going to intensify the contour with that shade, a darker shade, just the places where we contoured. Just going to do my powder contour. This is what it's looking like right now. Same thing for the nose. Just to intensify, make your contour more pronounced. Not too dark, but just okay. So I'm going to bake now. I'm baking with my RCMA. powder, no color setting powder, baking powder, setting powder. I'm using it to bake. So we're basically baking the places where we highlighted, then where we finished setting and all of that. That's what's happening now. This is what you want it to look like. You want it to be controlled. You don't want it spread out everywhere. So to the brows, I'm using this Hega and Esther in Nubia to line her brows. I'm starting from the arc to just line her brows. Her brows are very, very tiny, so I gave it little space before her main brows, just beneath. I just gave a little space. So I'm lining the top as well, exactly where the hair stopped. I'm lining the top so that that line meets with the younger brother downstairs. Really? So they have to meet. So I'm just going to finish up lining. You want to make sure you're careful here. You don't want to overdo. You don't want to not do at all. What am I saying? I'm sure you get the drill. So this is my Timid by Viange. I went to define the other one as well. So I'm just taming the brow hairs so they are in place whilst we're working. So I begin to fill in. You're filling in with light strokes. I started from underneath. That's the line I drew. So I'm filling in gradually with light strokes. Light strokes. So you're trying to mimic her hair strands. That's what you're trying to do. I'm using this precise brush. This brush is actually for my Hega and Esther. Surprisingly, it's actually been working so well for me. Like, you want to fill in the brows, fill in. You don't want to leave spaces, just fill it in slightly. So I'm done filling both of them. So time to conceal, define, highlight, everything together just to make that your brow pop more, and it's going to be neater after doing this. Using that shade, that was the same shade I used to highlight her face, so that's the shade I'm using. I'll just use half foundation shade now, the mixture for the edges of the brow, so you can see we're done and it's looking nice. Oh, that's the Benai Clown White, the best eyeshadow primer that I've worked with for now. I'm just putting that in, then you want to blend it out. You want to blend it out. You want to blend blend it out, so everything is smooth, nice, arranged, you know. I'm blending it out, guys. So I'm using this palette. I got this palette from BCM, like one makeup fair, and this palette has been big, like seriously. It's from BCM. I didn't even know about them up until that day, so I'm just using that shade to dab here, just on top of the eyeshadow primer. I'm dabbing, and at the same time I'm blending. We kind of emphasize this. Blending is key. Any makeup, anything you're doing as regards makeup, blending is key. So even as I'm dabbing, I'm slightly blending. So I'm using that dark brown shade for her crease color. So I'm just blending it into the other shade that I used earlier. So you don't want any harsh lines. You want everything perfectly blended. Blend. I'm just blending in circular motions now. Just blend in circular motions. Just let everything sit together. Yes, that's the thing. I'm just trying to intensify the crease color a bit more. Blend. When you're done blending, yes, you can see what I just did. I actually added a little glue. Yes, I added a little glue before I used it. Normally, it's supposed to stick even without glue. Like if That's how good that palette is basically. So I'm just using that black for my eye magic palette, just for our edges. Won't be doing any liner or anything, so just for our edges, just that black there. It's going to pose as though it's a liner, but we're just smudging it out. We're not really lining per se. So with the Zaron mascara, this is a lengthening mascara, guys. I'm just going to use this on the lashes before installing the false lashes from Wink Lashes. Wink Lashes, their lashes are really nice, by the way. So this is what it's looking like now. I went ahead to line under our eyes with the Zaron gel liner. So I'm just buffing the powder out, the baking powder, the RCMA powder, just buffing it out. You can see the perfect blend, guys. So down to my Revolution palette, just highlighting. I didn't use blush for this look. I'm just highlighting forehead, the chin, the nose, the drill. So I'm just going to line her lips with this Beauty Line by Didi lip liner. I'm just like, we're not doing anything dramatic with the lips because the eyes, it already has too much color, so we're just lining just to have it defined a bit, while we're going with a very pale pink nude, pinkish nude from my lip palette from Fage's Glam Store. Yes, so this is what it's looking like, just to line the lips so it's not just there. It's not a very, very serious look. You could even go like this, just put a gloss and we're good to go. So I'm just lining the lips more. Blend, blend, blend. So that pale pink, that's what I'm using. It's a nude color. It's a pinkish nude, yeah. Just using it on her lips. I'm dabbing and blending at the same time. Then I went ahead with a gloss to just, finish it up. This is how she looking. Ain't she beautiful? She's a fine girl. This is it, guys. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. Blend, blend, blend. You always want to blend. Yes. Yes. And this is the final look, guys. This is the final look. Final look. Like, she looks so beautiful. So, guys, kindly like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on this look. She's looking really nice. And look at the perfect blend, her skin. So I'll see you in my next video.